Hey, what family? Okay, so I don't know about you guys, but being under quarantine this long kind of sucks and it's driving me freaking crazy. Like, I have yet to go to Disneyland for months. It's been months! And I'm an annual pass holder. Like, what gives? But have no fear with family because I have taken the time, since we're not able to go to Disneyland, to look up 10 really cool Disneyland Easter eggs. That way, whenever we are able to go, you guys can look for these Easter eggs yourself. It'll be a lot of fun. And if you guys are out of state or out of country, if you guys ever do come to California, you guys can go on a scavenger hunt and look for these Easter eggs yourself. Okay, before we go any further into the video, I just want to say really quick, if you're new to the channel, we upload one video on YouTube once every week. So if you guys like these types of videos, please don't forget to go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. Also, we live stream on Twitch Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please stop by and say hi. It'll mean a lot. All right. Back to the video! Okay, Disneyland Easter egg number 1. So the first one we're going to be talking about is the Evil Queen herself. So if you guys don't know, the Evil Queen actually sits on top of the Snow White's ride, which is right behind the big giant castle in Disneyland. Big giant castle, you can't miss it. Literally, in the middle of the map, middle of everything, big giant castle. So yes, you go behind the big giant castle, you're going to run into Fantasyland. That's also where all the Disney princesses rides is and all that good stuff. So if you go to the Snow White ride, you look up, you're going to see this big giant window, and in the window actually sits the Evil Queen. She's there all day just watching over all the fun little kids, having a good old time. Yeah. So anyways, what's really cool is that the curtain actually opens up from time to time. You'll actually see the Evil Queen. Really cool side note is at night, the window actually lightens up, giving the Evil Queen an even more sinister look to her. So next time you guys are in Disneyland, make sure you stop by Fantasyland. Check out the Evil Queen. If not, she'll most definitely be checking you out. Okay, Disneyland Easter egg number 2. We're actually going to go ahead and leave Disneyland for this one. We're going to go across the street to California Adventures. So this Easter egg, we're talking about the Toy Story characters in Cars Land. So I don't know if you guys remember that scene in Toy Story, the very first one, whenever the toys were trying to cross the street, you know, they put the big giant cones over their head. Well, in California Adventures, if you go to Cars Land, there's a place called the Cozy Cone Hotel. If you go to some of the stores, you'll actually see some of the Toy Story characters, hidden underneath some of the cones. It's actually really cool. They're really small. Sometimes they're really easy to miss. But next time you guys are in California Adventures, make sure you stop by the Cozy Cone Hotel and keep a lookout for some good old Toy Story characters. Okay, Disneyland Easter egg number 3. This goes out to all my Beauty and the Beast fans out there. So we're going back to Disneyland, by the way. If you go to Disneyland, there's a little spot called Adventureland. You're going to pass by Indiana Jones. And it's actually between Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean. You're going to pass by something that says Tarzan's Treehouse. Now, what's really cool about this treehouse is if you actually go in there, and I know a lot of people don't go in here because it's not really a ride. It's more like a little treehouse you go. But you might actually spot Mrs. Pot and Chip from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, so if you guys are big Beauty and the Beast fans and you want to spot Mrs. Pot and Chip, there's somewhere in there, somewhere in the treehouse, you will be able to spot them. So yeah, a little cool little thing to make sure you keep an eye out for. Okay, Disneyland Easter egg number 4. You can't have a Disneyland Easter egg without Patrick Bagora. So some of you guys don't know who Patrick Bagora is. He's actually a little leprechaun that lives in Disneyland. So Disney actually wrote a book, I think the little man who lives in Disneyland, something like that, something in the tunes of that. Anyway, the book tells a story about a little leprechaun that used to live in Disneyland before it was actually Disneyland. But the little leprechaun made a deal with Walt Disney saying, you know what, you can build your park here, but you need to make me a little house somewhere here. So that's what the book was about. Anyways, you can actually find Patrick Bagora's house in Adventureland right in front of the Indiana Jones ride. So if you're actually walking into the line, you could easily miss it because it's on the side of the tree. So as you're walking in, make sure you turn right. You'll actually see a little cute leprechaun house there. Really cool. Definitely worth checking out next time you're in Disneyland. Okay, Disneyland Easter egg number 5. We're going to go ahead and take a trip to Disneyland in Toontown. So if you guys have ever been to Toontown, there's going to be this police phone booth there somewhere. So once you find it, if you actually pick up the phone, you can actually hear Roger Rabbit talking in the phone. So it's actually really cool because it's in the middle of Toontown. No one would ever think to pick up this phone. But if you do pick up the phone, you may actually be able to hear Roger Rabbit. So it's a little cool Easter egg. Definitely worth checking out next time you are in Toontown. Disneyland Easter egg number 6. We're going to go ahead and take a trip back to Adventureland. So we're going to go ahead and hit one of my favorite Disneyland rides of all times, Indiana Jones. So whenever you actually go to Indiana Jones, there's going to be these secret markings on the wall. You can actually decipher these codes. I'm going to go ahead and put the link of the cards where you can use to decipher these codes. It's a really cool Easter egg. Again, this isn't any language whatsoever. Disney made up their own little language using these hieroglyphs. So it's a really cool Easter egg. Next time you're in line, if there's a big old line, it's a good way to pass time. Make sure you stop by Indiana Jones and try to decipher the code. Disneyland Easter egg number 7, probably one of my personal favorites of all times because it has to deal with the man, the myth, the legend, Walt Disney himself. Alright, in this Easter egg, we're going to talk about the Disneyland fire station. So as soon as you get into the park, on the left-hand side, there's going to be a Disneyland fire station. You're going to notice once you look up to the fire station, there's going to be an open window with the lantern. That was actually Walt Disney's official office. That was his office. So rumor has it, Walt Disney wanted his office inside the theme park, but he didn't want it where there was too many crowds, so he made it on top of the fire station. Really cool side note too is that in this window you're gonna see a lit-in lantern. So anytime Walt Disney was in the park, the lantern was always lit. As soon as Walt Disney passed away though, the lantern has never been turned off, and the reason why it's not turned off, it's been lit to kind of symbolize the fact that even though he's gone, he's still in the park. He's never really gone from the park. But yeah, really cool Easter egg. Disneyland Easter egg number 8, we're going to be talking about the Mark Twain wheel room. This one's really cool. Also, when I tested out, and it's completely true. Yup, it's true. Anyways, in Disneyland, there's this big giant island, and you know the water is around it. You can actually take 2 boats to take you around the island. You can either take the pirate boat, the big giant pirate, or you can take the Mark Twain boat. So for this Easter egg, we're going to be talking about the Mark Twain boat. If you guys ever get on it, as soon as you hop aboard, make sure you ask the cast member if it's okay if you check out the wheel room. If you get lucky, they'll take you upstairs to the wheel room. Now, what's really cool about this is, while everyone is, just on their cruise taking pictures or whatever, you're actually driving the boat that's taking them around the lake. It's a really cool Easter egg. Not a lot of people know, and it's a lot of fun. Again, while they're taking pictures, you're driving this bad boy. It's so cool. Disneyland Easter egg number 9, the 2.0 earthquake. So this one isn't actually a Disneyland Easter egg again. This one's a Disneyland California Easter egg. So we're going back to California. Anyways, there's this bridge called the Pacific Wharf Bridge. Sorry, the Pacific Wharf Bridge. If you stand in the center of this bridge, you can actually feel a simulator of a 2.0 earthquake. So a lot of people don't know this is true because, again, as you're walking towards the bridge, you feel things, but you just think it's just everyone else walking with you. But test it out. I have not tested this out, but best believe whenever Disneyland opens it up, I am going to test this out. This seems pretty cool. Disneyland Easter egg number 10. This one's for all my Star Wars fans out there. All right, so this one we're going to be talking about, this Easter egg, also one of our newest ones because it takes place in Star Wars Galaxy Edge, is whenever you go to Star Wars Galaxy Edge, you're going to find somewhere near the restrooms, there's going to be this water fountain / tank. Whenever you take a drink of water, keep an eye on the tank. There's actually going to be a monster that comes out. This monster is actually the same monster that comes out in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I don't know if you guys remember that trash compactor scene. Whenever, Luke and Han Solo are trying to save Princess Leia, and they kind of fall down the chute, and they're, near all this garbage, and there's a lot of water. There's a little one-eyed monster that kind of just sticks out. In that tank, once you drink the water, you'll see that same monster come out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. Side note, I don't know if you guys remember also in that scene, whenever Luke and Han Solo were trying to contact, C-3PO and R2-D2 to, stop, the trash from compacting on them, Luke yells out a number. That number is the same number as you can see on all the trash cans in Star Wars Galaxy Edge. I believe the number is 326... 3827. Yes, that was the number Luke was actually screaming to C-3PO and R2-D2 to stop the trash from compacting and killing them. So if you go to Disneyland, you're going to see those same numbers on the trash cans there. It's really cool. Another really cool Easter egg. Okay, well, family, that concludes this week's YouTube video. If you guys really enjoyed it, please don't forget to go ahead and leave a like. Don't forget to go ahead and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. Again, we upload once a week. Side note, again, we also live stream on Twitch Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to tune into the live streams, please do. It'll make my day. Just stop by, say, hey, Lucky. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Survive.